What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I have an exciting video for you guys because I'm gonna do another fragrance review. Victoria Beckham Beauty just launched a new fragrance called 2150 Reverie, and I want to review it for you guys. Some of you guys are familiar with my channel, and you guys know I did blind buy one of the fragrances when they first came out. I got the fragrance 302 or Sweet 302, and I also did a little bit of a review on the Portofino 97 because I got the body oil, and I also had the fragrance sample already to fragrance layer the body oil with the sample. Of course, you have the 2150 Reverie, which comes in a similar flask system, except this one is going to be green, which is great for the fall time. Autumn colors for sure, and also the green and the gold. I don't know. Bottle wise, it looks beautiful. I also really enjoy that the bottles, they look very aesthetic together. So I have them stacked sideways like this, and it always gives me a lot of joy. A little bit about the flask system. It is heavy. It feels like it's aluminum. It feels super heavy. It doesn't feel very travel friendly, but at least it's not glass, and it's quite a tight lid fit. The logo is on top, and you have that beautiful gold, and the spritzer is quite strong, as you can tell. Now, one of these flasks, because that's kind of what it looks like, right? It looks like a drinking flask, but it will set you back 200 euros. I'll put the prices right there. It's quite expensive, so I wasn't gonna blind buy another one. I've tried the sample. This is my second day already. All of the fragrances, even the newest one, is designed by a very famous nose called Jerome Epinette. And since I've been getting into fragrances a little bit more this year, I was quite familiar with this name, not just because of Victoria Beckham Beauty, but also because of Fleur fragrances, for example, and Byredo fragrances. He definitely designed a lot of famous fragrances around. All the fragrances are gonna be unisex, so even this one is gonna be unisex, and I'll talk to you a little bit about what I feel like the unisex aspects are. So the story behind it says 2150 Reverie represents a profound instance of change in my life in 2001. They fragrance a dark raw vanilla. I am taken right back to the otherworldly night on the island of Java, where thousands of tea candles surrounded us. A luscious earthy scent was in the air, and the flames twinkled and flickered of my new life ahead. Victoria. The story to me is so interesting to me because in 2001, I actually moved with my family. I was 11 at the time. I moved to Java, and I lived there for 5 years. When I was reading this, I was kind of like, oh my God, this has my name all over it. This is basically my life. 2001. So until the age of 16, I lived in Jakarta in Indonesia, and we would travel all over Indonesia. I also have Indonesian heritage, if you can't tell by my looks. So I was all over this before I even smelled this perfume. Now, it's interesting to note that the top notes are gonna be tobacco leaves, the middle note is gonna be plum, and the base note is gonna be vanilla, tonka beans, and cedar wood. I love a good vanilla fragrance, guys. I can't pass up on a good vanilla fragrance, but the blend is an interesting one. Not everybody's gonna like tobacco, so this is kind of the journey that I have with this one. And like I said, this is already the second day that I'm wearing this, so let's get into it. When you first spritz it, and something you have to know about these perfumes is that they are quite potent, they're quite strong. You don't need to spritz a lot. This is not one of those Kayali 28 ones where you can just spritz over and over again and you'll never overdo it. If you're kind of sensitive like me, 2 spritzes is kind of enough. I would say 4 to the max. All of the fragrances that I've tried from Victoria Beckham are quite strong when it comes to their top notes, but they do dry down. But the tobacco does come through a lot. If that's not your thing, then this might not be the one for you. But I think because this is a unisex fragrance, you're gonna get some unisex or more masculine notes in here. It's kind of like a sexy note. I quite like the smell of tobacco. Not everybody enjoys it. I know that my 302 Sweet 302 one also has tobacco in there, and I actually quite enjoy that. Plum, like I said, kind of cuts that sweetness, but I don't really smell it prominently. But in the end, you're gonna get this beautiful kind of masculine feminine mix between the cedar wood and the vanilla. Those two really come in strong. I think their longevity, I wouldn't call them beast modes fragrances, but I do smell them all day. They just wear down a bit throughout the day. I would say after the 4 or 6 hour mark, they wear down and kind of settle in that base note area very pleasantly. So when I look at the vanillas that I know, if I'll kind of rank them and how I see them, both Kayali 28 and my Bianca Latte from this Giardini di Toscana, they're going to be very sweet vanillas. I think vanilla 28, it starts out with just plain like caramel, like sugar, and vanilla. That's going to be a very feminine, sweet vanilla, strong vanilla fragrance. When you have Bianca Latte, that one's going to be a milky gourmand vanilla. Now that gourmand sense, I actually feel that this one has it. Like when I smelled the dry down, I felt a bit of gourmand feel. So I was like, well, maybe it has that Bianca Latte feel. Bianca Latte is a bit more like a dessert. It's so sweet that it's not giving me the same journey. So I went on ahead and thought about like a straight up vanilla, which is the best one I have is in Dolce Hoda in my like little sample collection. This is also one that I would love to get in a full size, but they're quite expensive. But in Dolce Hoda, I think there's only two ingredients in here, which is like musk and vanilla. It is pure vanilla. It also has that richness that this one also have. So 2150 Reverie has a kind of more body richness to it. When you smell the vanilla, there is kind of like almost a smokiness to it, and I think that's because of the cedar wood. Then I went on looking at the Fleur fragrances. I was maybe thinking about Somebody Woody or Woody Somebody. It's not designed by Jerome Epinette. He did some other Fleur fragrances that are also in this set. Somebody Wood is more the opposite journey than 2150 Reverie. Somebody Wood is actually a little bit more wood and less vanilla. Whereas I feel like 2150 Reverie, I definitely smell the vanilla more, but I do feel like the sweetness of the vanilla is being cut with the woodiness. And the one that kind of gives me a similar base note journey is Vanilla Skin. Vanilla Skin has a lot of sweetness to it. So the top notes, this is a feminine fragrance, I feel. The top notes are going to be sweet. I feel like it's going to be like sugar. That's how I feel with this one. It's a very popular fragrance, but as you can tell that the base notes of Vanilla Skin, they do have a blend of, I feel, vanilla, tonka bean, and cedar wood. So that kind of dry down of Vanilla Skin, it's a similar dry down as 2150 Reverie, but then less sweet. So 2150 Reverie is less sweet, a little bit more woody. And I still always get a little bit of that tobacco leaf putting through, making it a beautiful, genderless, unisex blend. I really enjoy the flask of this one. I love the deep green, and imagine having more of these flasks next to each other. It would be the third one that I have, and I love it when things kind of come together. But a beautiful flask is not why you should buy a perfume that is this expensive. Honestly, I've worn this now for 2 days and I actually really enjoy it. I do like unisex perfumes. I like my very sweet moments, but I also like perfumes that are very unisex. And I think a good vanilla perfume was definitely something that Victoria Beckham Beauty was missing, including the story with it. And the fact that it has kind of that cedar wood, so something autumn feel. I don't know, I enjoy it, guys. I enjoy this perfume. I know it's not gonna be for everyone. I think if you are a Kayali 28 or a Bianca Latte fan, those are very sweet gourmand vanillas. I'm not sure if you're gonna like this one purely because there is that woodiness to it. Personally, I do think I'm going to pick this one up, guys. I think I'm going to pick this one up, hopefully for a sale. I don't know if the perfumes are going to be part of the sale. I'm hoping, so I'm going to wait for the sale to come around. But I do want to pick up the larger size of this one. I enjoy it a lot. The story and me, I feel it. Like, I don't know. I felt like this perfume was kind of made for me. I think it fits the season. I think it fits me in terms of story-wise, and I love a good vanilla. But I do want to note, guys, if you are interested, please get the fragrance, this little set, so like the sample set beforehand, the discovery set, if you want to try one of the fragrances, because it will save you a lot of money. This one set me back, I think, 36 euros, and it's still a lot of money, do not get me wrong, but at least you get to try all the fragrances, see how they wear, see if you think they last on you. Would really make use of this discovery set that they have on the website. And if you can get this one on a sale, If you do buy a lot of Victoria Beckham Beauty products like I do, often you can get one of the samples, so a singular sample with your order. So please make sure to also make use of that so you can get an informed decision, right? Because review is one thing, but it's nice to be able to smell it on your own. Guys, thank you guys all so much for watching. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. And if you liked this video, please make sure to like it. I am going to link these fragrances in the discovery set down below. They're going to be affiliate links. You don't have to use them, but I just want to remind you that it does help out my channel a lot. I do earn a little bit of commission, and everything that I earn, I have I always put back in my channel. I'm a small channel. I love reviewing Victoria Beckham Beauty, and if you are new here, I do have a Victoria Beckham Beauty playlist that you can watch all of my Victoria Beckham Beauty content, and I will soon upload my full buyer's guide of Victoria Beckham Beauty for the sale. Hope you guys have a lovely day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!